Hey y'all, I'm Kate with Saltykatie, and today I thought we'd have kind of an important conversation about how 2020 changed planning. So let's get into it. So, if you're in the planner community at all, you know 2020 changed, I think, how we all planned. I've seen so many comments, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I can't believe you can even plan. I threw my planner in the trash. I don't even know what to do for 2021. So I think it's important to talk about it and to talk about the fact that it's okay. So let me tell you a little bit about how 2020 changed my planning personally. I plan for a living, okay? Really and truly, I plan to keep my shop, up and running. I plan to grow my shop. I plan so I can create content here on YouTube, on Instagram. I kind of have to plan. I don't have a whole lot of choice about that. I've got to be creating content and just, planning to keep my whole stinking life together. I mean, that's just how it works. So, however, in 2020, so many things just went down the drain. Here is my little B6 Slim Jib-on Techo. No surprise, my little ride or die planner. There are so many blank weeks in here. So many. Way more than in previous years. I mean, have you ever heard the phrase, stepping and fetching like your feet was on fire and your ass was catching? That's what 2020 was like, okay? So there were a lot of weeks where I was just working and not planning because I didn't want to look towards anything, really. And if your planner is empty too, I'm here to tell you it's fine. If it's still empty, still fine. Next. So this is my B6 Stylogy that I started 2020 with. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I hit the ground running in 2020. Like, I had plans for days. My shop owner friend was like, "Oh, girlfriend, look at you." And I was like, "Girl, I know, I'm on it this year." Yeah, and then March happened, okay? I had an entire year of releases and plans and social media stuff and product launches and all of this that got abandoned. It's fine. It's a lot of work, but it's fine. The third thing were these power sheets. I did not touch these. I want to say it was March, and March hit and I quit. Okay, so I got some of March filled. Yeah, there's my March one. Made it through March. Whoa, it looks like I got a little done in April. Let's see. Yeah, April was the end of that. So this entire book and all the planning that normally goes with it just completely got abandoned. And then some other things. So I started an A6 5-year Hobonichi in early 2020, and every day got filled in until March hit, because that's when everything kind of went sideways, for lack of a better term. So I have maybe, let's see, we'll call it the first 90 days, and then maybe another 30 or 40 days after that, spread out over the course of 2020 that I filled this in. Again, it's fine. So when I started looking toward 2021 planning, y'all, like I did in 2020, what I would normally do is just, basically I'd start in September just thinking on it. What do I want to get done in the next year? What do I want to get done? And then I would start collecting up my tools to make that happen. The planning part. A new B6 Stylogy, new power sheets, get my new planner set up going. Start planning my goals. What do I want to see happen in 2021? Y'all, I just couldn't do any of that this year. It just didn't... me looking forward is a natural process for me. I'm an anxious person. I've always struggled with it, and anxious people just look at tomorrow always. And so I would naturally just, do that, but I couldn't this year. And as I was kind of thinking about that and how I was going to handle planning for 2021, if I even did, put on like a big, planning session for 2021, and I came to the decision that I just wouldn't. And it's fine. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't want to plan, it's fine. If your planner's empty, it's fine. If there's 1 week and then 3 weeks that are empty, perfectly fine. Do not get down on yourself about that. I think it's just part of living. Sometimes you feel like planning and sometimes you don't. And when something happens like the things that have happened in 2020, it's no surprise that a lot of us don't feel like planning. Maybe it's returning to you now, and maybe it's not. That's fine too. So as I was kind of thinking through my process about whether I was going to handle a planning for 2021, I came up on a video by Sarah over at Heart Breathings. She had, let me think, the video was called something about how to make your 2021 writing plan. But the way she handled it, I'll link the video down below. The way she handled it was very, very realistic. She starts you off by having you fill out the number of days in a year, 365. Then she starts having you subtract for things that are gonna happen. Because we always, at least I do anyway, and I would suspect a fair number of us, look at the next year like, oh man, I've got a whole year and I'm going to accomplish all this stuff. And then at the end of the year, you've got 30% of it done and you're kind of down on yourself about that. She addresses that in this video really nicely, in my opinion. So she starts you off with your 365 days, and then she says, okay, now, if you're going to take weekends off, subtract those days. You're going to get sick this year, or one of your kids is going to get sick, or something else is going to happen. Subtract some days for that. If you know you're going to take vacation, take those days out. If you're managing a mental illness or a chronic illness, take those days out. Take out your birthday. Take out days holidays, days that you're going to not be available for work. And now look at the number of days you have. And it was very striking. I did that simple exercise, and it was just powerful to look at how many days I ended up with, which is just shy of 200 days. So I went from 365 down to 200 just that quick. And it got me to thinking about how much I expect myself to accomplish in a year. And that on top of that, I have those expectations of those accomplishments, but never do I stop to celebrate the ones I actually achieved. I've then moved on to the next one, and the rest of that is just left behind. I never stop and think, oh, well, I learned to do this, and I increased my revenue this, and I, posted on Instagram this many times, and I don't ever stop to take stock of the successes. I am more interested in looking at what I would call the failures and on moving forward to do more. And I think her message there about looking at what you want to accomplish realistically is super helpful, especially as we move into 2021. So I'll link that video below in case you're interested in that. And so after seeing her video, and then I've been watching some of Cindy Gunter Baldo's videos. Y'all know I enjoy her channel. I mention her sometimes. I'll link her down below. She is actually using her power sheets this year. Good for you, Cindy. But she posted a video about 21 things she wanted to get done in 2021. And I thought maybe that's how I'm going to approach my planning in 2021. I'm going to put down 21 things that I want to get done, small, big, and everything in between, and approach it like that instead of trying to do power sheets, trying to work out an entire year of new releases and social media and all that stuff. I'm just going to look at the things I want to get done, 21 of them, let's say, and then just go at it that way. So what I'm going to do is post a video next week about my 21 in 21. And what I would like to encourage you to do, maybe do your 21 in 21 and meet me back here next Sunday and give me some of your maybe your top 3 or something. What I'd love for you to do on this video is drop me a comment about how 2020 has changed planning for you. I mean, are you planning at all right now? Are you planning differently? Are you using less planners, more planners? Just let me know how it affected you, because I think it's an important conversation to have. And just to remember to not get down on yourself about it. I think people judge themselves about planning and lack of planning, or it's pretty or it's not. None of that. None of that. Just tell me, how things went for you in 2020 in terms of planning. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again real soon. Come back next week for 21 in 2021. Bye, y'all.